Let's test this, shall we? See if we are up and live, and you can actually hear me this time. Yep, here you can. That's cool. I honestly don't know where to begin with this video. I never thought I'd have to make one of these videos again, and personally I really wish I hadn't come to this, but I feel like I'm in need of making this video simply because of my current state. Let's just say we'll dive more into it later, but the last time I made one of these videos was 2 years ago, and that was for similar reasons as to why I'm making this one. It seems a bit odd that I'm, say, streaming this, but the reason I'm streaming this is because that way it's immediately uploaded to the channel afterwards. But I'm probably going to make this a private video. I'll say about an hour afterwards. I'll give people maybe a chance to view what was going on and what is being said in this video. I will put this warning now. This video, as previously said, I hoped I would never have to make one of these videos again. The last video of this was 2 years ago, and a lot has changed in those 2 years, for better and for worse. The reason I'm making this video is I just need to get it off my chest, per se. Last night for me went from 100 to 0 hella fucking quick, and I'm the sort of person that doesn't necessarily hide this kind of shit. I like to have it on record, per se. And yeah, so that's why I'm making this today, because I need it out there. I need it off my chest. I need it. I need it gone. I need to be able to express what I'm dealing with, per se, at the moment. As I said, last one was done 2 years ago, and a lot has changed in those 2 years. For instance, as of now, I'm not in college. I'm in no form of education. I'm fully done with education. I don't plan to go to university, etc. Now, as for everything else, what changed in 2 years? I'd say a hefty bit. The first thing would be course changes. Obviously I went from mechanics, which was when the last video was made, back in mechanics, to public services. I'm done with the public services course now. I passed it with quite high grades. I am comfortably able to say I was top of the class, and that is proven by the fact that I've been awarded top student, which is awesome. It's an amazing achievement, because I worked fucking hard in my course. I can comfortably say that I have. You know, I'm walking out with the highest grade possible for me in my class. Obviously being awarded and named top student of the course, that's quite a big deal. And yeah, that's really it for the college course. I'm done with education for now. There's no more education that I can do other than university, which I'm not interested in at all. So education wise, I am done. There's nothing more that I can do other than the education, if you would classify work trading as education, which I personally would, that kind of thing. But this it's very egotistical, but this video is about me, my mental state, and what's happened in the 2 years that have gone. And again, it's very egotistical of me, but it's the only way I can do this without writing it down on, say, paper, which I wouldn't do because then it means there's a physical form of it which could be then found. Whereas this, it can go on the channel, it can be made privatized, and nobody can view it but myself. And that way I've got it, I can look back at it and go, in a couple of years and go, huh, life's still the same, or huh, life changed a hell of a lot for me and got better. You know, it's that kind of mentality that I have when doing these kind of videos. I try and look at them in the best light possible. I try and look at them and think, huh, maybe things aren't so bad now, or they weren't as bad as what they are now, and stuff like that. It's a way for me to reflect on the past, and specifically for this video it's going to be reflecting on the past 2 years. So I've covered education, no longer in it. I'm still part-time working. I've not looked for a full-time job yet because there is a possibility that I'm actually finally able to join the British Army, which for me has been a very long, hard battle of 4 years. For those that don't know, in 2016 I applied for the British Army. I applied to join as a regular soldier, and in 2016 my application was held back due to medical implications, and yeah, also I just got fucking shredded. Yeah, and then in 2018, I said I'm sick of being a bitch, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna fight this shit, I'm gonna fight it, and I'm gonna win it, and yeah, so ended up fighting it, appealing it. They said if you can prove, we went back and forth really with the appeals, to the point where they turned around and went, right, if you can prove to us that you don't have these medical faults anymore, we will investigate and reconsider. And as of January 2020, on the 20th, I was declared basically medically clear of the medical reasons which were holding me from joining the army in the first place. For those that know me for long enough, the reasons for my withdrawal or held application was due to allergies when I was younger. That's fine, that's understandable. You can't be in the middle of a battlefield and go, wait a minute, I've got to inject myself, I'm having an allergic reaction. That kind of thing. But as I said, as of 20th of January 2020, I was able to get testing done and clear myself. So that's all good. And as of Thursday, I think Thursday last week, my application is being investigated into, as I provided them with the information that they required, which was really good. And yeah, so it's all good on that front, and I hope to await the results. There is a strong possibility that they might still say no. I really hope they don't, but there is a possibility that they might. You know, kind of thing. And yeah, so that's my, say, future plan. That's my plan in life. I'm gonna go off and I hope to make quite a few people proud, including myself and everything like that.
Roger. Engaging job.
And yeah, so the real premise of this video, the reason I'm making this video is because I've had a quite serious heartbreak in the past 2 months. And last night I also lost a best friend of mine of 9 years. Not lost as in passed away, but as in we aren't friends anymore. That kind of loss. And it's painful. Simply because So, tell you what, I'll start off with the loss of the best friend. I've known this person for 9 years. I've tried to do so much for her. I have ensured that she had that support from myself. Basically, I just tried to be the best person I could.
Roger. Engaging job.
And
Roger. Engaging job.
there's so much I could say that I've done for her. As of Monday, I actually on Monday Monday was a long day. I thought it'd be nice to go surprise this friend at her work and walk her home. I thought it'd be really nice. I haven't seen her in a little bit. You know, it'd be a nice little catch up, etc., etc. But
Roger, we have a lock.
didn't pan out that way. Well, it kind of did. So I went to meet her at work, and I waited 6 hours for her. Now, I wasn't intending to wait the whole 6 hours. I apologise. But basically her work shift changed on her mid-shift, so she was planning to only work till 3, which is when I intended to meet her, but then she ended up working till yeah, she ended up working till about 7, so I ended up waiting quite a rough 6 hours. So that was quite interesting, to say the least. But it was worth it. It was a lovely walk home, and we were talking, and she made the first big step in her life and moved to her own place. She got her own place, everything like that, and that's a pretty huge thing, to get your own place and everything. And I walked her home, and I said to her, I won't message you tomorrow because I know you're going to be sorting out your flat or something a little difficult. I just can't be arsed. And she went, well, no, you're still going to message me. I want to talk to you. You know I like talking to you. And you know, I thought, cool, fine, whatever. I offered to help her with her flat, like move in, everything, stuff like that. You know, again, trying to be helpful, trying to be a good friend and everything like that, and show that, you know, she does have that support in her life that, you know, most people need. So, yeah, cool, got on with that. I went home, and, yeah. Yes, they rolled around. They she moved in. But look, where was I time when I fucking talk? And this is where things went south.
Confirmed. Engaging infantry at checkpoint.
So, as I said, she didn't ask me to come round or anything because she just wanted to get on with it herself. She knew what she wanted to do. She knew where she wanted what. Cool, fine, respect that, understand that. Don't want people getting in the way. Don't want people putting things in the wrong place, etc., etc. However,
Confirmed.
it was then last night that she posted on her story a bunch of her friends around, and that is what took me from 100 to 0, because she was such a good friend of mine. There wasn't anything we didn't share, there wasn't anything we didn't tell each other about, and everything like that. You know, we were good friends, or at least apparently I like to think we were. And so yeah, that went about, and admittedly, I just snapped. Admittedly, I have a tendency of doing that, just snapping. And
Hunter 2-1 actual. Overlord, give me a sit rep, over.
We just passed the enemy blockade
hell.
at checkpoint 7.
yeah,
Now proceeding
end
into
up
arcade.
snapping.
Over.
Roger that. I have new orders for you. This comes down from...
Seems like that. Seems like the whole family's ordered fucking packages all in one fucking day, apparently. But yeah, so I snapped at her, told her I had enough, I was done. Wasn't dealing with people that doesn't give anything back per se. You know, there's only so much effort you can put in without needing, say, a little something back. You know. All she had to do was say she didn't want me around. Cool, fine, you don't want to see me. Cool, I can respect that. I can get on with that. But the fact that you say, oh no, don't worry about it, and then, you know, you go and invite fucking a few other people around, that fucking hurts. Especially since I've been the one that has been... I have genuinely been the best for you, in the sense of, I've never bullshitted you, I never bullshitted her. You know, I always helped her out. She recently got out of a relationship. Who does she come to for help? Fucking me at 7 o'clock in the morning. Who was the one that she called whenever she was overthinking and everything like that? Fucking me. What do I get? I get a middle finger and a fuck you, Isaac. That's all I got. And I just got sick of it, honestly. There's, as I say, there's only so much you can take, and last night was it. And the thing is, she tried to act dumb to it as well. She really did. And you know, that's a thing that kind of pissed me off, is the acting dumb. Like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, no, you have. And you know what you've done. You just won't admit it. You know, that's a pretty bitch move, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, that's about it for that one. That's about it for that one. Just lost a very close friend because it's stupid, I know, and you know, in the comments maybe, if I get any, somebody will turn around and go, yeah, that's pretty fucking stupid, and you know, you are right. But stupid things happen. You make friends, you lose friends. That's what happens. And yeah. She may try to get in touch with me again at some point. Unfortunately, she does have my number, so she can try and text me. But I think if she did care, she probably would have done so already. So yeah, it's fun with that.
Artillery inbound.
This is going to be the painful one to talk about, and it's going to be the heartbreak, because this one hurt. This one genuinely hurt, and so I did this video before, but none of the audio came through except the game's audio. And I ended up crying, and I probably will again. You can probably hear it now, but oh god, I'm not putting it on or anything. It's how it is for me at the moment. What? So, what I'm going to say is, what I was talking about is, I've known that this person that I dated, I've known her for a fair while. Not as long as my best friend that I've talked about just now, but enough to be able to, you know, get close and everything like that, yada yada yada. And
something's not right.
Basically, we just, I'll pause it there. April 17th, 2020, we were vibing on Minecraft, and we were talking on social media as well. So we were having our own private conversation while talking to friends and everything. And she said one of two things, I don't remember specifically. She said either let's make it official or I want to make it official. And the fucking grin that put on my face blew me out of the water. I had become so happy that this person that I had been, I'm gonna say I was in love with her. I was in love with her for a long time. But she had boyfriends before when I was in love with her. So I did the sensible thing and waited. Our friendship / relationship was rocky. Whenever I got hurt per se. I disappeared. I was a cunt, and I blocked and just disappeared on everything, and then came back about a month later talking about how I would miss her and everything like that. And it's still like this to this day. Even after the breakup, I still come running back, and it is just because I love her. Um, so getting back to it, April 17th we started dating. I don't particularly remember when we broke up. I don't particularly want to remember, other than the fact it was a Saturday morning at 1 o'clock. In that morning, again, we were playing Xbox together, and she just turned around, and I'm not gonna say what I remember her saying because it is probably wrong, but basically it was just her admitting that she was only with me for me, to make me happy. But what people need to understand is I live on a complex where, if as long as I'm making other people happy, then I'll be happy. So it kind of doesn't work when the person you love and are trying to make happy is pretending to be happy just to make you happy. It don't work. And then the thing that then hurt after that is that she said that we could keep the relationship going, but I wouldn't be able to do that because it'd be based on a lie, and that's not what I'm willing to do. I wasn't willing to do that, not at all. I The Saturday morning of the breakup, it was about half seven. I went downstairs and I sat on the living room floor, and my mum had just woken up from crashing on the sofa from work. She looked at me and she went, "Everything alright?" And I just went, "No." And then the tears came. I've never felt such greater pain in my life. I've lost friends to death. I have lost friends in arguments. I've lost family to death. I've lost family to arguments. But never before have I felt pain like that. I I truly cared. I truly did. I wanted to give her everything I could. Everything that I possibly could just to make her smile, and it was all going to be for nothing. And there isn't a day that doesn't go by since the breakup where I haven't thought about her. She's moved on. I know she has. She's better off, without me, but like there isn't a day that hasn't gone by where she's not been on my mind or I've not thought about her. And I've always wondered if she ever did the same. Like, did she ever look back on it and think about it? But I don't think she did, because again, it was all based on one lie. I've never loved somebody more. I never have. Even to this day, I regret deleting every photo I have of us together. You know, I want to ask her if she has any of the photos of us together still, just in case. But I don't think I would get one. I don't think I would get it. And nothing's been the same. Nothing's been the same without her. I absolutely loved her. My mum adored her. My mum had only met her twice, but my mum adored her. There are some days where I wish that I could just go back to that Saturday and just go, let's keep it going. Even though I know it's based on a lie, at least I'd be with the person that I want to be with. Because I do genuinely care and love her. The past week I was starting to move on, but I did a fucking stupid thing and I decided to unblock her on social media and try and get along. But last night when me and her were talking, when I unblocked her, it all just flooded back. The 2 dates we had, the 2 days we met, and the late night talks, the late night gaming, the laughs, the crying, everything like that. I just want it back. I generally do. And the thing is, I know I won't get it back because if she had no interest in me in the first place, what would have changed now? Nothing. Nothing would have changed. To go from being dated just because it makes me happy to want in a relationship because it's pathetic. It really is. I'm pathetic, and I know I am. No one before has ever made me feel this way. No one before in the life of me and my friends and everything like that has somebody brought me up so high and changed me so much, and then in the blink of an eye throw me back down into that pit of depression and spiral back down. Weight gain, attitude change, lack of motivation for most things, and everything like that. There was a point where I had a dream that she posts on her Instagram like something about like weight loss and everything with her new boyfriend at the time, who's now an ex, unfortunately. She was talking about how she's lost weight and that she's never been happier, and then in my head I was thinking to myself, was I the reason that she wasn't happy? And as I said, I always wonder now, does she ever look back on the relationship and think, was it a good thing? Was it a bad thing? I can probably tell you, she probably thinks it was definitely a bad thing. Otherwise, it wouldn't have ended the way it did, and it wouldn't have ever happened, to be honest. But yeah. This is hard. This really is, and she will probably never see this. In fact, she probably won't. Yeah, she probably won't ever see this. But if she does ever see this, I want her to know that that month and a half was the greatest. I treasured every moment and every minute. I miss her on a daily basis and think about her on a daily basis. And there is nothing that I can do to look that back, and there's nothing I can do to change what happened, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't good enough. That's all I can say. I'm sorry I wasn't good enough for you. And I hope that there were people for you, better for you. Because clearly I wasn't the one for you. I'm sorry about that. I really am. I don't know what else to say, to be honest. I'm just so hurt and broken at the moment. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll be honest. There was obviously parcels delivered. My mother asked me to open them up and check on them to make sure they were okay. I did that, and then I sat there with the knife that I used to open the box, and I looked at it and just stared at it for about 20 minutes. And in my head, I was thinking of ways that I could use it to hurt myself. I'm not proud of that, but I was thinking to myself, maybe, just maybe that's the way I could get this pain to go away. But I'm gonna end this one here because I've said what I need to say and I've got it out, and I don't necessarily feel better, but it's out there now. So, yeah.